Hello, November is National Alzheimer's Awareness Month. It's the most common form of dementia with no cure. As it progresses, it worsens a person's ability to think or remember, disabling them to do things for themselves. But new research is showing there are ways to reduce your chance of being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Here to talk with us more about that is dementia expert Kim Buttram, who's also Vice President of Health Services Silverado Memory Care. Thank you so much for stopping by the show. Now, you have exciting news for us in the advancement of Alzheimer's. Please tell us.
So, thank you. And you need to know that we're very excited at Silverado to be here and be able to talk about what has really changed in terms of Alzheimer's disease. And the first thing is we can now identify it earlier. Now, it is still a research tool, but they can see the abnormal protein accumulation in the brain on imaging about 15 years before symptoms develop. And the exciting part about that is, at the same time, there's mounting evidence to show that lifestyle changes that we can make actually can delay onset of a dementia as well as delay progression once someone has a dementia.
And that's exciting news. What are those?
Well, the
changes?
first and the foremost is exercise. So if you're not exercising at least 45 minutes, 3 days a week of nothing even more than brisk walking, you need to start it right away. Everyone should. That has really been shown to actually build brain cells. And you know, if you could put that in a pill and sell it, you'd have like the hottest thing on the market to sell. And yet we're not doing that. So exercise has to be a component of our life.
So my question is, when you have the plaque buildup, is what happens in Alzheimer's, right? When you're building brain cells from exercising, which I didn't know that, and I thought I knew a lot about health, that kind of overcompensates? What's the deterioration of it?
Well, remember, what gives you the dementia is not really the accumulation of the abnormal protein. That kills the connections between cells. So you
Like
actually have nerve cells die.
Oh, wow.
And so when nerve cells die, and they've actually been able to see on specialized imaging that the brain gets bigger with exercise. It's incredibly exciting.
That's a good reason to double up on the exercise for so many reasons.
It is, and not only for delaying onset of dementia, but at Silverado, we know that in terms of having disease, it can help in a variety of ways, has benefits in terms of quality of life, and that's why at Silverado we have walking paths, indoor and outdoor, because exercise should be a component of our life throughout the course of the disease.
What are the other pointers?
The second thing, well, let's talk briefly about diet. No one loves to talk about diet much, but we know that what's a heart-healthy diet is a brain-healthy diet. So in the same way you don't want plaque-filled blood vessels around your heart, you also don't want it around your brain. So people should be looking at their trans fats, saturated fats, and working toward a Mediterranean diet.
That is the best diet to know. No demand at this point.
It is.
Really
It is. And then the third thing, and I think this is really very exciting too, is think about activities that can, again, build brain. All right, so many people might think, oh, I love to do weekly crossword puzzles and I'm building my brain. That's not actually what's been found to be as helpful in building brain. The kinds of activities you want to do are things that are novel and new. So if you're one who does a weekly crossword puzzle, you're probably building vocabulary, but what you should be doing is changing it up. So play chess with a friend, learn Sudoku, something like that. Even if you're one who just walks a dog every day the same route, take another route the next day.
Play with kids. There you go.
They always are coming up with a new novel way to do something, right?
Well, and then the endorphins, the happy, the laughing, that always
absolutely. And the kids thing actually comes to the last point, which there's growing evidence in terms of Alzheimer's disease of the importance of social engagement and deep social connections. And so at Silverado, we've always had a medical, clinical, social model hybrid where we focus on engagements and then have the clinical expertise too. Well, now it's shown that it's really important for brain fitness to have those deep social connections. And I can give you an example. We have a resident who was a Spanish teacher in one of our communities, and now we've set up a class where she teaches Spanish to our associates, families, and to other residents. So she's getting two brain positive benefits. First, those deep social connections from helping others, and second, from knowing that she's making a difference and has a purpose in life.
All of this improves the quality of your life. It's all good things,
it's
right?
Across the board.
It's not anything that's going to make anybody suffer.
No, that's exactly right. But you can know that there is growing evidence to really show that if you're worried about developing Alzheimer's, and I know as a boomer, we have a silver tsunami that's coming, and so all of us should be out and getting that 45 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, and eating appropriately, a heart-healthy diet, and making sure we are doing things that we're doing novel activities, or at least old activities in new ways.
Right.
And then last, that we're developing those strong social connections.
Again, it sounds like just better living.
It does.
Better quality of life.
Exactly
Thank
right.
you so much for those tips.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for stopping by.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.